later.
They just do court work. But anyway, we're starting at 10. It's 10 o'clock now. So thank you guys for coming here. I'm going to do 3 things today if we have enough time to do all 3. The first thing that I want to do is say hello again and thanks for coming. I'm happy to do these on Friday. I generally like Friday moments now. Yeah, I dig that. It's like a day
Casual, casual.
Yeah.
You're not rushed.
Yeah. So also it's important to put time into growing yourself. With myself, I'm going to grow today. I want the admin people here, if they're here, because this is applicable to everyone, especially today's session, where I think you can use this as a tool to coach yourself and to coach Sonia as your boss, and she can coach you as the agent. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to mention today, which I don't think we have to go too deep into, is do you believe that you can do anything that you decide you want to do? Okay, do you believe it? If you don't believe it, it's fine. Because I'll tell you why you don't believe it. But just think back to something you've achieved. There. Did you pass an exam? Did you do your logbook? Did you think of something that happened in your life? I can't know your life. You know, some people it may have been passing a trip, some people it may have been whatever, getting divorced, whatever it may be. Was there a point in time, this is what I'm getting at, there was a point in time your thinking went from, I can't do it, to, hold on, maybe I can do it, to, okay, I'm doing it, to shut up, damn it. Okay, so that happens in everything. What about owning your own business, Sonia? Can I do it? No. I can, should I've done it? Oh no, what have I done? So the point is, many times. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Okay, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. The reason for that is that you are a ship at any time in your life. You are the ship that's cruising along. What should we call our ship today? The Terry ship. This is Terry. Whatever you want your ship to be. But at any time, the Terry ship has got lots of little flipping holes in it. And lots of anchors holding you back. And these anchors are reasons I'm not able to get to where I'm going. Okay, because of my thoughts, my Terry ship, sometimes it's things that have happened to me, sometimes it's things that my own limiting beliefs have made me not reach where I'm going. The point is, as soon as you can release one of your anchors, you will be able to move a little bit forward. To try and think of an example, I'll use my own personal one because I can't think for you guys. So when I started my degree, I first didn't even know it was something I could do. Then I was like, okay, let me do it. Oh shit, I'm doing it. What have I done? Oh dear, big problem. So as I was going through that process, I was releasing anchors. Does that make sense? Am I talking nonsense?
No.
Okay, good. If we're talking nonsense, say Terry talking shit.
How many more exams?
Well, 44 exams is what I went through. 44 exams from 2018 to now. This process, the ship has moved a little bit. I'm now in Cape Town Harbour, from Durban. Okay, but saying that, there was a number of things I had to overcome in that time. My first one was time. I had a big time anchor. I had family anchors. I had financial anchors. All of these things are reasons that I should not have been able to move my ship. But I worked on these anchors to release me a little bit to be able to go. Okay, so this is possible. I have had the same happen. I've lost weight. I've run. I've done a number of things in life. Even in business before, I was the youngest franchisee in Rawson. We became the top achievers in 2 to 3 years. We had a team of 29 agents. We had top achievers like Sonia. It was happening, but it's all because of identifying these things over here that are anchors in your life. Health.
Yeah, health. Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia, for reminding me about that.
I actually tell you what Stephen's anchor from.
No. Today we're not going to worry about pointing our fingers at anyone else because this is a session for yourself. And as you go today, I want you to spend time on writing down at least 2 things that are holding you back right now. At least 2, if not 10. Because I promise you, it's very easy to find anchors because it's easy. Do you think it's easy to get up at 4 o'clock in the mornings to make time to go and run? Because I know if I don't run, I'm not going to be able to complete the marathon that I've entered. It's not easy to every single time have to sacrifice your family time when you have a call that phones you when it's whatever to your house. So the things are, there are bigger anchors than this. This is surface level anchors. There are things that happen to you in life as well, horrible things. We know, we all have big personal examples of terrible things that have happened. We're in horrible relationships, we're in, not me specifically, I'm just saying as a general. Relationships we're in, the situations we're in, the price of petrol, whatever. Those are all anchors. But the thing is, you can overcome those anchors.
Talking about your call, I think one time from the car, I know when I was sold, well, just going through looking at the house and pressing the TV, talked to him for like 11, 3 hours. And the advocate contacted me that same night. We talked for 3 hours. So I switched off my meeting with Lisa. I said, give me 5. I came back like 3 hours later. Yeah, I said, I'll make that. But because there's 2 deals on the line, it's like, then everything else is secondary. Family's important.
That's the thing. As much as what I'm here to help you guys to make sales and that, we are here to build ourselves individually. Because if you yourself, the terriership or the Ryanship or the barbership, is not able to operate properly, whatever you do is not going to work.
Be stagnant.
Okay. Have any of you guys ever met someone that's a drain on your energy? Everything is terrible, everything sucks, the weather's bad, flip. And is everything in their life like that? I can bet you now that everything is like that. The people around them, they're worse than COVID. You want to just isolate from them. So the idea is to not become like those people, and also just take, because it's so easy to get into a habit of this negative thinking and everything's wrong, everything's against me. The thing is, we all have those things. Just isolate them, deal with them specifically, and move on. When I've done this exercise in the past, most of the people, I can tell you now, if you guys had to put your first one, money. Is money an issue to make? Will money make you happier? Will money make your business easier? Will money make your life easier? Is that an anchor or lack of money? Is that an anchor that you have? I'm just generalizing, isn't it? Is it an anchor in your life? Have you got lots of money? Have any of you guys not got the lack of money as an anchor? I have that. So we had a beautiful example today, and I'm so happy that it came up. The petrol price. The lack of money is now causing somebody to not, the thought of not having petrol is translating to not being able to do the job.
Unless you got a bicycle like Ryan.
A bicycle, whatever it is, the point is, that thought, do you think it's translating to other aspects? I'm not picking on that person that said it. I'm just saying, do you think that is translating into different avenues in your life? Constantly thinking, I don't have petrol, I don't have petrol, I don't have petrol, I don't have petrol. When I was doing my degree, do you think I was saying, yeah, I'm not going to go to this degree, I definitely don't know, I don't have the ability. Do you think I was doing that? No, you flipped the switch. And did anyone say to me, you know, Terry, hey, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, whatever. There were people that helped me along the way, but at the end of the day, they can say it as much as they want, so they put it in their face. If I don't believe it and I don't agree with it, it's never going to happen. So the same thing has to happen with whatever it is in your life. If lack of money is, in fact, one of the things that is a problem in your life, and if it's not, please, I'll phone Bill Gates and he'll tell you he doesn't have enough money. Okay, it is a problem. It is a major thing in life. The thing is, you have the tools to do that. And if there are other issues that are causing that problem to happen, you have the solution at the same time. you're working, you have your health, you have relationships, you have food, you have a place to sleep. There are a lot of people that have much bigger problems than your lack of money, because everyone's always going to have a bigger problem than you. I heard this saying once before that always stuck with me. I used to complain that I didn't have shoes until I met someone that didn't have feet. Okay, so just write this down on a piece. I'm not going to make you do it now. In fact, if I finish a bit earlier, I want you to do this exercise quietly. Go sit in the garden, write down what are your problems in life. Identify them. Sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you're like, shit, I'm so unhappy. What the hell is wrong? Then say to Sonia, what is wrong with me? Why am I unhappy? Someone else can see it from the outside. If you can't identify it, okay, somebody else will. But I'm sure most of you are thinking about that. What's that thing that at night you're thinking, oh, flip, I hate my wife. That's not what I think. Yeah, don't give anything. But we all have those things. Like, you know, there are some things that are your anchors. Please just try and think of those things and identify them, your problems. Okay, so on your sheet, you can write problems, or I like to call it opportunities, but that's another discussion for another day. And then also on that same page, or the back of the page, depending on how many problems you have, because you can have a lot of problems, just write, what can you be grateful for? Okay, or on a separate page. Write problems. We'll do this just now. I'm going to do it as well, because I haven't done this exercise in a long time, and my problems shift, because problems don't go away. They just adapt to become different problems. Okay, they like the COVID bloody variant.
That's the thing that we do full websites adapts to all our shit.
Okay, so far, lack of money is a common problem. Sometimes transport, sometimes whatever it is. The thing is, the world often deals with the same problems as you, and a lot of them are just dealing with it. A simple thing that I introduced with the petrol issue, because I promise you, anytime I look at my car and see that little light, I have constantly thought, oh, I don't have petrol. And guess what? I don't have petrol. So now I've changed my thinking to always, if I look at it, even if that light is on, I'm like, I have so much petrol, I'm able to drive around. And I promise you, money comes for that petrol. You think it into existence. So what you think can happen. So today I want you to also spend a little bit of time on things that you want. Again, remember we spoke about this a little bit last time. I want you to go more in depth into it.
So what's the last one there? It's problems, lists, opportunities, and
what you're grateful for.
What you're grateful for.
Yes. Then I want you to think about what is it that you want. It doesn't have to be work today, guys. This is life today. What is the thing that you want? If for you today you're struggling with your health, your blood pressure, whatever, you want to lose weight, whatever it may be, make that, decide what you want. Even on your piece of paper, make a personal section, professional section, family section, whatever it is, make specific goals for those aspects, because this ship is a whole. You can't just sail there with parts of Terry. If I go to a viewing, I'm going there with all my warts and all. I'm telling you. Whether I've just had a flipping bank on my case about to repossess something, whether I've just dealt with someone that's just been sentenced to years in jail, whatever it may be, I'm going to the viewing with that. I can't just leave it in my car and be like, hey, sweet problem, I'll check you now. It's with you all the time. So you have to identify those things and even get professional help. I'm not a psychologist, but I advocate that if you're really down and you can't pull yourself up, just do it. Go and get help. Go and get help. Your physical health, your mental health, your family life, and your money. Those specific things today, mental, physical, so health, mental, physical, and then your professional aspects. So set goals on those. That's not very good. Anyway, it says professional. Set goals on those things. So far, so good. Am I going too fast? Am I saying anything too? Either you guys are sitting thinking, I wish this guy would shut up where you left. Oh dear. Oh dear, this is not what I signed up for.
I'm thinking of more problems next year.
Okay, no, that's That's good. Well, some people may actually put that as a problem. And
I
for
just
me,
got out of there, Jerry, take me right back.
I'll tell you a personal example again. For me, I didn't actually even realize it, but I was drinking fairly often and I was quite good at it. I wasn't an alcoholic, but as soon as I stopped drinking, all the other aspects of my life just improved. You guys saw it happen. I mean, those that have known me for a long time, I was almost 30 kilograms heavier. It put more focus into my family situation. I wasn't fuzzy headed all the time. But sometimes just a small change can create a big change down the line. Just decide for yourself what it may be. You know, whether it's
So what you're saying is if you have negative thoughts, it can lead to you running out of petrol and never having anything, being in the negative spiral. And then conversely, if you have positive thoughts, it can lead to you having petrol, more sales.
Yes.
If I've got one big negative and it's more rates bill, should I borrow against the sale that's coming through in January?
Are they about to cut off your electricity?
No, they did. And I went and saw them, the account refrozen again. It was a big water leak. And now they sent me a red line all this week.
Okay, can I pause this?
Should I get an advance on the sale? Would you recommend that?
Can I pause this discussion and we'll come back to it? I'm going to put a big star over here because I just have some momentum with this other topic. Okay, so please remind me to come back to it because I have got a. You're going to tell me the answer, by the way. I'm going to just go ahead a bit of time. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Sonia to return, what I would suggest in that situation is make a payment plan with them over however many of time that you need.
Because the insurance needs to pay. It's been going over a year. I went and saw them, but a counsellor told me, and they said the insurance have to pay first, then they write off. It's 100 grand, so they write off like say 20 or 40. Then because you've been a good payer, maybe they write off another 20 or 40, so you have paid 20. You pay 10%, and the rest you can finance over 2 or 3 years. But they're not, Westwood are not paying out the insurance part. They keep saying, they keep asking me for stuff, but just keep going back with space circles. Every 2 months after
You probably need to fix that problem.
Okay, now that Sonia's back, she gave you an answer, but I will come back to it again just now with just some other further thoughts we can brainstorm it. Okay, so a quick and easy way to discover is I want you guys to use this. I want you, in fact, Justin have this OAR and bed poster somewhere. Did I give it to you? Anyway, if I don't, put it on the board. You have an OAR to help you get your ship going. You know an OAR? You know what OAR is? Okay, cool. I just like doing the motion. That's cool. Okay, so you have an OAR to help you get out of this situation. Whether your boat is leaking, whatever, this is an OAR. I think that's quite cool.
It's like special.
Yeah. You'll know as you go through my sessions, I like to draw. Okay, so you've got your OAR to help you get out of the situation. Alternatively, you can stay in bed and become a victim. Or you can take your OAR.
You think you should embrace this?
I didn't even plan that one. Or you can be a victor. And if your name was Victor, that would be even a bigger bonus. Has anyone done that before?
Oh, so yeah.
Thank you. But I was the only one. Okay, so, and by all means, there are times in life, just as a side note, that I'm prescribing you to stay in bed and feel sorry for yourself as much as you can. But set a goal and say, I'm going to be sad about this for 2 days. And when 2 days is finished, it's done. You've done it lots of times. I've seen you do it. And I don't know if you know you're doing it. You seen her do that. She's like, this has been the worst thing that's happened. I'm taking the afternoon off. I hate this guy. But decide. When's normal day? Yeah. But make a decision. But seriously, sometimes you need to do this because you can't always be operating
24/7.
People get sad, people get down. It's hard. Anyway, so what does OAR and bed mean? You need to take ownership. Ownership. You need to have accountability. and responsibility. My spelling is being good. Ownership, accountability, and responsibility of your life, your success or your failure. Take ownership of the problem. I have a problem with whatever, the lack of money. I'm going to take ownership of that. I'm not going to just let it be. I can't ignore it. I have a big problem with my rates bill, just as an example. I'm going to take ownership of that. I cannot move on until I take ownership of that problem. Else it's holding me back. If I can't do anything about it, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the harbor. It's bloody lockdown. I want to get out of it. Accountability to yourself. If you don't do something about it, that's correct. Accountability. You've got to have self-accountability. If you're not good at self-accountability, ask someone else. Am I being accountable to this situation? Google these words, read about them specifically. We don't have enough time to do all of it today. I'm not happy with the spelling of responsibility. Anyway, responsibility. You don't have to do this stuff, guys.
RESPONSIBILITY.
I thought so.
I can't see from there. I can almost read it, but I'm saving notes on my phone.
Cool. Maybe we'll just keep this up also and just take a photo for the future. Okay. So those three things. By the way, this is called the line. So when you see someone taking ownership or accountability or whatever, you can tell them you are above the line. However, when you see somebody cruising around, blaming, where did my purple pen go? Have you ever seen anyone blame things? It's the government's fault, it's the petrol price's fault, it's COVID's fault, it's this one's fault. Blame. It's happened already today. I'm not talking about that one message. I'm saying it's happening. Bet you've all done that. Excuses and denial. So if you see your colleagues or yourself or me or whoever, your clients can do this. Blame, excuses, denial. If they're operating below the line, it's your job to get yourself above the line and those around you above the line. Because like I said earlier, attitudes are contagious and you guys as property nerds need to stay in this zone. That's the only zone to be in. Because I promise you, if someone walks in here, shit, right over the weather, this, does it make you feel happy? Or you're like, off.
So
it's your job to say to them.
Positive, like you say,
stay
no matter what goes wrong, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to get a solution to this, I'm going to ask Sonia or
yes.
My mentor, whatever, to help me in the situation. Like say this client's not returning furniture for a sale, which is actually a real one.
Yes.
I'm going to ask for advice, I'm going to send a letter from the team. I'm not going to worry about it, I'm going to action it. And if below the line is worried about something that you can't control, like the petrol price, it's going to go up, don't mind about it, just bringing everyone else down. Yeah, perfect, 100%. Just identify when you're in that zone. And it's sometimes easier to identify from someone from an outside perspective. And you can just say to that person, hey, you're actually below the line. And we've all agreed. You guys need to agree between yourselves. I mean, I'm just the guest. If Sonia and Kevin agree to this, I can't see why they wouldn't. No. Then you guys should all agree to it and agree to hold each other accountable to it. Because it's easy and it's human, because all of us are cruising around with like 1,000 flipping anchors and they get us down. Okay, they do. But it's our job that our problems don't affect our gratefulness and the things that we are actually able to do to be able to get rid of these things. So it's like actually a little circular type thing. So override these things. Like for example, I just did one just now when Sonia had to remind me about health. I had a major health issue and I don't even remember it. I've forgotten about it. I don't sit around thinking the whole day, I can't do anything in life anymore. I can't flip and read. I can't drive. I can't do anything. And that's what it was. But I don't live in that land anymore. That land is gone. That anchor's been released.
I've been healed from it. I'm on medication, and it's not an issue in my life. It's just gone. Okay, and it's a major thing. It's a huge flipping issue, but I forgot about it. Other times people see me and they're like, "Shit, you lost so much weight." I forgot about the fat guy that I used to be. Like every day I see him, oh, that's true. I don't think, oh, yeah, there's a fat dude. Check out thin he is now. You get out. You move on. You move on and become who you are supposed to be. Become the life that you envision. That's what I said, personal, professional. Envision it. We spoke a little bit last week about setting financial goals. That fits into this over here. But we're not going to even get going out of the harbor if we don't sort out our own personal issues first. And this is a tool to do that. So take ownership. Point is, don't dwell in this pity party. Zig Ziglar says, pity parties aren't very fun. And anyway, those that do come don't bring presents. No one comes to your pity party. And no one wants to hear your pity party. Okay, so no one wants to hear mine. Just be aware when you're doing it. Even it can happen with clients, it can happen with anyone, your children. This can work with your children. Say, teach your children this thing. You're making excuses. You didn't do the work to get the results. Don't let them operate below the line. Don't let yourself operate below the line. Stick about here. So that's pretty much the content that I was going to go through for today. I've said a lot, and this must sink in. Perhaps do that exercise that I spoke about, just spend 5 minutes writing your problems and what you're grateful for. Then take your problem sheet, and we're going to scratch it up. Okay, so do that. That's what I'd say do now. And then your grateful list, please go where your fridge or wherever you put your other notes. There's your goals, which you're going to add to now, by the way. You're going to say, I want to have this much family time, I want to do this, whatever. Grateful list, and that's all you focus on. What you want and what you can be grateful for. What you want, grateful. Want, grateful. And all day, every day, 100 times a day, think about that. And once will become what you become your reality. How many people, I bet you all know those people that are direct results of what they say and think. For example, I can't think of a specific example that we can all know together, but you know that person that's, you see those clients, you go to their house and they're like sitting there flipping, scathing away, oh, the world sucks, whatever. I'm not saying anything against smoking face, but they're sitting there not doing anything. You know what I mean? They could go and buy a flipping weed eater and cut oaks grass. There's opportunity out there. They've got feet. They've got shoes. They actually can do something. And you all have that within you to improve your life. So focus on the grateful things. This does not happen overnight. And this is a constant thing. And it takes time. And sometimes you go backwards. And I am constantly like living on this line. There's my house over there. But the thing is, you don't have to be miles above and like Tony Robbins. You just have to constantly throughout the day think of what you want, pull yourself out of that negative, identify, oh shit, I'm going down that path. When you're driving, imagine driving your X5 or whatever it may be that you want. When you're arriving home, is this the home I want? Is this the business I want? Is this the type of clients I want? Because you can think all of that into existence. That's a whole other session. But the power of thinking is amazing. And the only way you'll achieve it is through gratitude.
I heard something that just reinforcing exactly what you said. If you have an old couple, like say husband and wife have been married like 40 years or 50 years, and either of them passes, mentally, just like you can think positive thoughts, you think negative, and they think they're walls over, they actually die within months of each other. Even though the one say had heart problems, the other one was, vegetarian, fit, non-smoker, non-drinker, you can actually kill yourself with negative thoughts. So positive thoughts are also powerful.
100% agree. Have any of you guys ever thought about someone or some particular thing and their phone?
Yep.
It's happened.
Yes. So you're telling us to think about selling a house and it will sell this one on Saturday. I'm having positive thoughts, so let's see.
I don't want you, I want you to have a thought about commission.
Yeah, well, on that note, positive thinking won't give you everything, but it'll give you a hell of a lot more than what negative thinking will. For example, I can think as much as I want that I want to go beat Floyd Mayweather. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to perform neurosurgery on you successfully. But what I'm saying is it will create a lot more than what negative thinking will.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so just think about what you want and what you're grateful for. I promise you, I've used this and it works. There's a number of books again that I can refer, but without having to spend all that time, just do this. Those two simple things. Gratefulness and what do you want? Because if you don't know what you want, you're going to just get whatever you think. And if you're thinking shit things all the time, you're just going to get more shit.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that's what happened to me. Because I went from having a pretty decent life, and then I got into negative mindset myself. And I ended up having to have a lot of bad habits. But that's because I allowed it to happen. No one else did it to me. I did it to myself, by my own self. I mean, how silly am I? Yes, things do happen in life. There are shit things that happen to you, but the bulk of things are self-inflicted. My very last thought for the day, can you today do something to make your life worse? Like go kill someone or whatever. Can you do something to make your life worse? Can you go rob a bank? It might make your life temporarily better. But can you do something to make your life worse? Can you go and whatever?
I suppose you
Do something terrible. Can you do that? Is it a possibility? Can I go now and cruise around and stab you? Whatever. Not that I'm going to. But can I do that?
Actions you can, yeah, if you want to cycle it, I suppose.
So we agree that I can do that by my action.
You're really not interested in making one from there.
So the question then is, can I go and do something on the opposite spectrum?
You can. You can plant some seeds for tomorrow.
And that is what is going to conclude today's session. I want to, while I'm thinking about this, can I have a piece of paper? So I want to write my ones down. I suggest you do it. Just literally the things that are holding you back right now, it's on your mind. It can be 1, it can be 10, it can be 100. Thank you. And then we'll have a little discussion. We can have a little quick ceremony of throwing away our things.
I'll send you the recording.
Oh, thanks, and leave
Okay.
it on the board, eh? Don't
Okay, I'll leave it on the board.
No, leave it, it's splendid.
Cheers.